taxes are more than what you pay for clothing, shelter, and food combined every year. And yet a lot of us just think, well, it's April 15th, I paid my tax bill, filed my returns, I don't have to think about taxes again for another year. And if that's the case, you've lost the tax game. You've lost it. We have to be thinking about taxes with every transaction that we do. Every time we spend money, is this a potential tax deduction? We have to be thinking this way. And it's a mindset. The entire month of January, February, March, and half of April, everybody in this room worked for the government. When you look at the very wealthy in this country, and you look at the Buffetts and the Gates and the Kennedy family and the Rockefellers or what have you, there's a lot of tax planning going on. But when you get into the middle class, the people who really pay the taxes, okay, there's not a lot of tax planning going on. It's very possible that two people making the exact same amount of money will pay two completely different rates of tax or amounts of tax. And the reason for that is because of planning. Without planning, it can make a huge difference in your tax bill as to what you pay. And again, you can pay as much as you want. And if that's your case, then you don't need somebody like me. I mean, if you're fine with, paying 50% in tax or more, like I said, the government will cash your check. I'm not fine with that. And I'm not fine with that for my clients that want to do tax planning so that they don't get in that tax situation. And we're dealing with a more complicated Internal Revenue Code day by day. And if you start looking at just the number of pages that we're all responsible for in here with our tax regulations, it's obscene. It's just completely absurd that we're going to know what 71,000 pages of tax code says. Nobody understands it. And that's a major problem, that we're dealing with a law that's taking away a lot of our money that's anything but black and white, anything but clear. But yet, this is what we've got to work with. The bottom line is that the IRS is being told right now, collect money, get money. Because the last time I checked, there was a little small deficit in D.C., right? Very small operating deficit of a few $1 trillion that we need to collect. We need to raise the money. The IRS is doing whatever it can to raise money, and if it happens to step on you, hey, that's your problem. Too bad. We're going to do what we have to do. And so the game is being elevated. We're issuing a lot more levies. These tax liens are being filed left and right. And not only is the IRS getting nasty on the collection side, trying to grab as much money as they can at any given time, but the audit rates are going up as well. And the IRS is hiring auditors. The last number I saw was another 10,000. Okay, so you can do the math. If we have 10,000 new auditors and each of them can handle at least 100 audits a year, you can see that there's a lot more audits coming down the road. Sitting back and doing nothing right now is not going to get you to where you want to be. You need to understand the tax ramifications to you. Who cares what they are to me or to your neighbor or to your brother? Doesn't matter. What are they to you? And what type of planning can you do with your business entities, with your investments, with your personal taxes to bring the tax bill down to the absolute legal minimum? This is your responsibility. The government is perfectly happy if you just say, I don't want to do it. But you can see it's anything that you're doing, and you've got to get into the documentation habit. You've got to start writing this stuff down, because you're going to miss this stuff. You're going to miss a $2 tip, a $5 tip, a $20 taxi ride. You're going to miss this stuff over and over again. And a lot of the tax game is won by recording everything. If it's $1, I record it. I record everything I possibly can, figuring that we want to beat the IRS dollar by dollar, right? We may not get a huge windfall here of some tax plan, and we've got to take every single deduction. If I end up spilling something all over me, and I get this suit done, dry cleaned in a couple weeks, when I get around to it, not deductible. If I get it dry cleaned tonight here because I need this suit for tomorrow, deductible, right? So what's the tax plan here? Travel with dirty laundry, right? Come on, right? Load up the suitcase, fill it up, have your laundry done. I mean, that's the bottom line, though. It's stupid about taxes in the sense that it's not logical. So here's your choices. Commit a felony and maybe get away with it, or tell the truth and don't get the deduction. And when you're in a situation where both options are bad, we want option 3. We want a new game. And the new game here is we're going to keep good records. We're going to write the why down so we know exactly what is the situation here, and we're not going to get denied anything. Everybody in this room has the IRS as a business partner, whether you like it or not. I don't particularly like it. And so I want to see that that business partner gets the smallest percentage share as possible.